I chose to go to my grandfather's funeral over my unborn daughter's 20-week ultrasound. So my wife's pregnant, like 22 weeks pregnant with our first kid, a girl. We found out the gender last month and I've been hyped ever since. I talked to my wife's belly every night before bed, put my hand on it waiting for kicks, the whole thing. We had the big ultrasound scheduled for Wednesday at 11 in the morning. Then my grandpa got sick, like really sick. He'd been okay-ish for years, but last week he just went downhill fast. My dad called me on a Monday and said it probably wouldn't be long. I asked what the plan was for the funeral when it happened, and he said they'd do it quick, probably within the week, back in his hometown up north. 4.5-hour drive from where we live. My wife and I talked about it that night. She said if it happened, she'd stay home with our 2 dogs so we wouldn't have to pay to board them. Made sense. I could drive up alone, be there for my dad, come back same day or next morning. My grandpa died Tuesday night around 2 in the morning. My phone rang at 6 and it was my dad. His voice sounded flat and tired. He told me and asked if I could be a pallbearer. I said yeah, of course. Then he said the funeral home could fit them in Wednesday at 10. Wednesday, same day as the ultrasound. I just sat there on the edge of the bed staring at my phone. My wife woke up and asked what was wrong. I told her. She didn't say anything for like 30 seconds. Then she goes, "So what are you gonna do?" I said I had to go to the funeral. My dad needs me there. I'm a pallbearer. She sat up. "The ultrasound's at 11. I know. But babe, it's my grandpa's funeral. And this is your daughter." I tried to think of something. "We could FaceTime during the ultrasound? I'll have my phone on me the whole time." She just looked at me. "You're serious right now. It's not the same, I know, but no, it's not the same. At all." I didn't know what to say. She got out of bed and went to the bathroom and closed the door. I heard the shower turn on. I texted my dad and said I'd be there. Then I sat there feeling like garbage. My wife didn't talk to me the rest of Tuesday. She made dinner and ate it in the living room. I tried to bring it up again and she just said, "Do what you want," and walked away. Wednesday morning I woke up at 5 to get ready for the drive. She was already awake, sitting in the kitchen with coffee. I asked if she wanted me to stay. She said no, go to the funeral, but her voice was ice cold. I drove 4.5 hours thinking about it the whole way. Got to the church, saw my dad, hugged him. He looked exhausted. My uncles were there, my cousins. Everyone was quiet and sad. We did the service. I helped carry the casket. We went to the cemetery. The whole time I kept checking my phone. 11 came and went. At 11:30 my wife texted me one photo. It was the ultrasound screen. Our daughter's face, little nose, little hands up by her head. No words, just the photo. I stared at it in the cemetery parking lot while everyone was getting in their cars to go to the lunch. My dad came over and asked if I was okay. I showed him the photo. He smiled for the first time all day and said she's beautiful. Then he looked at me and goes, "You missed it?" I nodded. He got quiet. Then he said, "You didn't have to come." "Yeah, I did. You're my dad, and you're about to be one." We just stood there. He patted my shoulder and walked to his car. I drove home that afternoon. My wife's car was in the driveway when I got back at 7. I came inside and she was on the couch watching TV. I sat down next to her. "Can I see the ultrasound photos?" She handed me the whole packet without looking at me. There were like 8 pictures, our daughter yawning in one of them. I felt my throat get tight. "She looks perfect," I said. "Yeah, I'm sorry I wasn't there." She finally looked at me. I sat in that room by myself. Everyone else there had their partner. The tech kept asking where you were and I had to say you were at a funeral. She felt bad and I felt like an idiot. "You're not an idiot. I had to be there for my dad, and I needed you there for me. For us. This is our kid. Your first kid. You can't get this back." I didn't have anything to say to that because she was right. My grandpa was gone and I said goodbye. But I also missed seeing my daughter's face for the first time on that screen. She took the ultrasound photos back and went upstairs. I slept on the couch that night.